The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, this is Tim Wilmot speaking from Wizard Systems. Thanks for joining me today for this presentation to show you the capabilities of Workbooks CRM, what areas of your business it can address, and how my company Wizard Systems can help you with your CRM project there. Now, we run these short presentations most Fridays, focusing on different topics around CRM and workbooks specifically. And today we're going to look more closely at how you can use a CRM system to manage your time more efficiently. Now, this presentation will be about 30 minutes or so in duration. It's just a basic overview of workbooks. Everyone uses CRM in different ways. Everyone's got different requirements. I wouldn't have enough time this morning to go over all of the extensive capabilities of the workbook system. So if we haven't done it already, please consider us giving you more of a one-to-one presentation of the system to you at a time convenient to you. And we can then go over your specific needs and how you may want to use CRM and show you how workbooks can be adapted to that. Now, on the call today, I know we've got some people that have already seen workbooks. They may be, you may know that there's a free trial of workbooks, so some people may have dabbled with the system already, and you may be aware of a lot of the things I'm talking to you about. But I know there's some people that are on the call that are totally new to workbooks, maybe totally new to CRM as well. So please excuse me if I'm going over some old ground, so to speak. Now, the audio part of this presentation, as you enter the call, your microphone is on mute, so don't worry about any background noises you're in. If you've got any questions, please type those into the question box on your meeting control panel. I'll do my best to answer those at the end. I'll just give out your first name to protect your identity and read out that question. So that'll be at the end. This session has been recorded. After the call, probably about a day or so, you'll get an email from our system with a link to the recording. You can play back at your leisure, and we'll most likely pop it up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so let's get started then. Just a brief mention about my company, Wizard Systems. All we do is CRM. We've been doing this a long time. Workbooks isn't the only system we supply, but it is a fairly key system to our portfolio. So we've been doing it a long time, and we've implemented probably over 3,000 systems in that time into all sorts of different types of companies, into sole traders, and some very big implementations, very complex implementations as well. And that's the bit about workbooks, is it's very adaptable to different types of companies and organizations and requirements. And as you may know, it's totally cloud. So there's nothing to install. You can be up and running very, very quickly. And in fact, we do have some of our clients that have set their own systems up, teach themselves how to use it. There's plenty of resources available to you if you want to go down that route. But we're here on hand because, as I say, we specialize in implementing CRM systems every week, every month. So we've got a range of services to assist you to make sure you get up and running in the shortest time possible, and that all of your colleagues are confident and they know how to use the system with our training. The training can be at your place or our place, or we can do it online, whichever delivery method is convenient for you. And then after that, after the system has been set up, we provide extensive support. So we've got a friendly, responsive help desk service here in Bristol, ready to answer your calls. So, of course, when working with you, what we want to try and get at is, what do you want out of this new system? Are you just starting up in your company? You're just starting up a new company. You recognize you need something to help you with business development. Are you replacing an older CRM system and you're looking for some extra capabilities. Maybe you want to improve your marketing, improve customer service. There may be a whole gambit of different things that you want to achieve, different objectives and issues you're trying to resolve. And we want to try and get to the bottom of those with you and try and get to a little bit of ROI with the implementation of a new CRM system. What is this going to mean to your bottom line? What improvement in sales are you expecting? Improvement in marketing campaigns. So the whole thing about workbooks is you can measure these things, which I'll try and allude to as I go through the call. So in a nutshell, what is Workbooks? Well, it's a central, easy to use system, cloud-based, online, central system to manage all the information about your customers and your interactions with them. So any customer-facing person in your company should have access to the company CRM system to manage their working day. And this is what we're going to focus on today, is time management as well. So central system, easy to use. So we're working more effectively as a team. There's some marketing tools in there as well to help you be more targeted with your communications to new and existing clients. Unusually for a CRM system, we can do sales quotes and do a little bit of order processing. So we can manage more of the sort of business process than a traditional CRM system, and that might be important to you rather than rely on some other application to do that. Do you have any service people in your company, help desk, technicians, customer care department, whatever you call it? They too, they're talking to clients a lot. It makes sense that they're using the same CRM system that the sales and marketing people are. And there may be people on the call that are managing a department, managing a business. So as well as Workbooks being a personal productivity tool, it's a great management tool as well to help you make decisions about what's going right in your company, what's going wrong, and just helping you make proper decisions. So Workbooks is online, totally cloud. It's a UK system. All the data is in the UK. Workbooks, the company, is a UK-owned organization, so firmly in the UK. We are their reseller. We look after their small to medium-sized clients in the UK. So typically from one user right up to 25 users and above. Yeah, that's our relationship with Workbooks. We're a reseller to them. So just focusing on, I've just got a few slides now just to focus on key elements of Workbooks. Then we're going to dive into Workbooks itself, just have a look at the interface and then go through how you can use it for time management. So a CRM system is it's basically a database, a ready-made database to help us track information about the people we're dealing with every day in our organization, our existing customers, our prospects, our prospective clients, our leads, new inquiries coming into the company. They're all in the mix there. And Workbooks is a very customizable system. So when I shortly show you the system, the screens can be changed. What I show you is pretty much what you get with Workbooks day one. But deliberately, you can change it. And there's no programming required. It's so easy to add new fields on different screens and create new screens. And also you can actually have different, you can actually deploy different security levels for your users. That's another very strong part of Workbooks. If you've got some people that don't need to see information or make it read only, you can do that as well with the system. But the default is that everyone has got access to everyone, because that's the goal. We want to try and share information, not try and put it behind closed doors. We want to make it open and shareable to people. Another thing, and what we're focusing on today, is managing your activities. Every day you may have calls and meetings and tasks and admin things to do. And many of those may be linked to a client or a project. So It's a great way of managing your activity and controlling your working day and scheduling those. And you're building up, as you're doing that, you're building up a wonderful client history of everything that you've done with that client and everything else that anyone else has done with that client. So that can be tremendously powerful from a customer service point of view to know all of those interactions and when they took place and what's the next step and so on, rather than having that information in people's heads or in another application. It's all in Workbooks. We, excuse me, we can integrate with any email system. Now, we've got some really nice integration with Outlook, as you might expect, but we can integrate with Yahoo, Gmail, Apple, whatever you use. So as you send and receive your emails, they're being copied, and they can be copied automatically into the Workbook system. So you're building up a lovely email trail of everything that's gone on with that client, our organization, everything, all of your emails, your colleagues' emails as well. They're still in your email, your company email system, of course, but they're being copied together with attachments into the Workbook system, which again can be tremendously useful to go back and see those without having to root around in another application. And we are GDPR compliant, so we are helping you comply with the legislation of GDPR, which is all common sense, really. The GDPR legislation that came into force last year. And for some companies, that may be important to keep on the right side of this legislation or other legislation as well. The CRM system can help you do that. Now, Workbooks can also be used as a powerful marketing tool. So, if there's any marketing people on the call today, you may already be using email marketing tools and other campaign tools. Why not combine those with CRM to make a powerful duo, powerful weapon in you targeting your clients and delivering messages in a targeted way and measuring those messages as well. So we have a very easy way of importing and exporting data into your Workbooks database. So if you've got stuff in Excel or whatever, you can easily upload that and get stuff out of Workbooks as well. So easy to do. Do you have a form on your website enticing new inquiries? That too is a very easy way of generating a form in Workbooks and having that on your website so that when people submit an inquiry to you or they register for something or warranty or an event, that's tracked in Workbooks straight away. And with the automation in Workbooks, you can then set in motion an automatic sequence of events. So when a new inquiry comes in, what happens to it? Does it go to salesperson Mary to make an initial call, or do you send them a thank you email? Well, what is the process there? So that can all be tracked in Workbooks. Now, before doing any marketing activity, you can easily create a list, a target list of people that you're wanting to approach. So if the information is in Workbooks, you can create a list based on that information of all the people that have that thing in common. And then we integrate with a number of very popular mailing tools in the UK. Well, MailChimp's quite a popular one. GatorMail is the main one we integrate with. GatorMail is a UK system as well, from a company called Communicator. And so there's a lot of strong integration to GatorMail for that, such that every response, when you send out these marketing emails, every response is tracked in the Workbooks database. Everyone can see it. But we also link to Constant Contact and .mailer. And there's also another option. This is priced separately, but there's an option called Web Insights, which is a way of tracking visits to your website. So that's where you can see the complete navigation and journey of your customers and what page they initially visited on and how long they spent there and what page they go to next. And you can rank these pages and track downloads and other things as well that people click on. Really, really powerful stuff to when you're looking at a client's record to see all of those interactions, both offline and online, all in one central place for you, make it really easy. So using a CRM system, apart from tracking information, it's all about tracking processes as well in your business, and maybe none is more important than the sales process. So we can easily create sales quotations from workbooks, nice looking quotations as well. So here's an example. There's a quote layout tool in the system. You've effectively got a way of storing all of your price list on the system as well, and quite rich information. So Workbooks is tracking organizations and people and leads and activities, but also it can track your products as well. A central place for storing all that information. And then from that, using the quote tool, create some nice looking quotes. You can have a number of different quote layouts there. They're created into a PDF format and emailed directly from the workbook system. So you can actually quicken the quote process from start to finish, speed up that process, make it more efficient, produce consistent, accurate, professional looking quotes, and track the results back in workbooks. And all integrated with another key part of the CRM system, which is the opportunity management system. So another screen, if you like, in workbooks where you can track all the information about a particular deal or project that you're working on. So those quotes are feeding that opportunity with information. And remember that also we can create orders and invoices. Now there's two different editions of workbooks. When you sign up for workbooks, you got two choices. There's a CRM edition, CRM version, or another one called Business Edition. So CRM does all the things that you'd expect of a CRM system up to quote stage. So it can do all the CRM stuff, marketing, service, and do sales quotes. Now, Business Edition will do all of that, plus the ability to create sales orders, invoices, credit notes, record customer payments, and be the interface to then link to another accounting system, say like Sage. You might be using, say, Sage 50 in your business. So bear that in mind when we come on to pricing. I'll cover pricing after we go through the system itself. So there's two editions, CRM and business, and you can mix and match the two together. So if, say, you were 5 users, you can have 3 people on CRM and 2 on business, or 4 on CRM, 1 on business. Doesn't matter. You can mix and match these two different things together. Quick note about customer service. So do you have a support team in your business, engineers? They too could be using workbooks to manage their service activity and track SLAs and deadlines and targets when issues should be resolved. So you're building up a wonderful database of these issues and resolutions to those, which could be tremendously powerful. Now, if service is not relevant to you, it can be disabled. You get it anyway. It's there. You just unlock it and start using it. Right, last slide before we go into the demo proper. So putting your management hat on now for those managers, business owners on the call. A great way of managing activity levels. So finding out, how many leads, how many inquiries have we got so far this month, and who's doing what to who and when and why and so on. A great way of managing your opportunities, your pipeline, your sales forecast. What business is going to come in next month? How likely is that business? What sort of business is it? What margins are we making? Workbooks can provide answers to all of these questions. And those answers can be provided in a couple of ways. There's a reporting system in Workbooks. There's about 50 ready-made reports to get you started, but you can very easily create your own reports, and these reports can be quite pretty and graphical and color coded. So with the color formatting, it draws your attention maybe in red to important information, or green for less important information, and so on. So nice visually appealing reports. And then complementary to that are dashboards. So more graphical, like a pie chart or a line chart or a bar graph, to in more of a visual way to display these key performance indicators. Okay, so let's go into the demo proper, and the aim here is just to show you Workbooks, the interface, what it looks like. So here I've logged into Workbooks already. I'm using Chrome this morning, excuse me, and it looks like your Windows desktop, a Windows 10 desktop, with the start button in my case, the top left corner. You could have it down in the bottom left corner if you want to. But from that start button, we've got a menu allowing me to easily access all of the key parts of a proper CRM solution. Now, depending on who I am, and we can define different user levels. Maybe there's some service people that can't see the sales information, or salespeople that can't see accounting information, or whatever. You can do that, and that would restrict your different menus here. But that's the starting point. Or also, we've got a desktop here, so you can put icons, little shortcuts on that desktop to get quickly to the information that you want. So from that start menu, then we can easily access key bits of information. So at the heart of a CRM system is information about the organizations. If you're a B2B user or a B2C user, this is information now about the people you're dealing with. So this is called the organization's landing page, a bit like an Excel spreadsheet, showing me row by row, summarizing row by row, all of the organizations in my system. And you can decide what columns you see across the top there, whatever's important to you. And you can also filter down on that information as well. If you just want to see clients of a certain type, you can do that also. But then clicking on an organization, that pops up a new window, show me, in this example, a company called Atlantic Computer Services. But that window, with those tabs across the top there, do you see, with numbers against them? This is a complete view now of everything going on about this particular client. Initially, we're on the main tab. Show me the main information about this company. Now, this is pretty much standard Workbooks. If you started using it right now, this is what your organization record is going to look like. But these fields you see there, they can be changed. They can be removed. You can add new fields to it as you require. Everyone's different. Every user is different. You can have different users in your company, different people in your company, seeing different levels of information. Some may see a lot of information, some may see a condensed amount of information. It's up to you. You can be very clever with displaying the relevant information to the right person, depending on their job role. And also what we can do with this record, this display, which can be difficult with other CRM systems, is pull together onto one screen all of the important information about this customer. Some of this information may reside in another application, maybe our company accounting system. Wouldn't it be nice, if I was a salesperson, wouldn't it be nice when I phone this company, I want to be reminded of recent billings to this organization and what type of invoicing is going on, how much do they owe us, and what types of products are they buying? Can I identify any cross-selling opportunities here from that visual display? So a great way, a bit like the holy grail of a CRM system or any business system, to pull together onto one screen all of the important information about that client. And then we can click on these different tabs and we can display different information about that particular organization. So these are all of the activities that are going on with this client. We can decide what columns we see here. This is just a summary view of what's been going on with that client. Who do we know at that organization? Well, you may be dealing with some large companies, might be lots of people within those organizations. So wouldn't it be nice to lay them all out there and see them, and then be able to just click on them? We're just browsing around here and clicking on these individual contacts and seeing more information now about an individual person at this organization. Again, this is pretty much standard workbooks as you get it. This is what it's going to look like. But that's this screen here. You can revamp this and take things away and change the drop down lists and add new fields to this screen as you wish. But again, looking across the top there, you can see the same consistent display of activities. 51 activities we've done with Alan, 8 emails. Alan is associated with 2 people. There's 4 opportunities on the go with Alan that Alan is associated with. A very easy way of diving to all of that information. Okay, so that's just a quick run through of the interface and these landing pages, giving you a list type view of everything, of all those types of records, and then clicking on something, drilling down and seeing a record on its own with those tabs, those consistent tabs across the top, all customizable, all easy to use, very easy to navigate around the system. You're never going to have that lost feeling. Nothing's more than a few clicks away for you. So the other topic for today, how can we use a CRM system to be more efficient with our time? Well, I guess that the first thing is being more efficient with planning your activities. So we do have an activity list here. We can see more information about everything that we're doing today. We can prioritize those activities as well. We've got different types of activities, so we can batch these types of activities together to make more efficient use of our time, rather than say doing activity type A, job type A, then switching. When I've done that, I switch to job B, and then I switch back to type A again. I'm switching and constantly. So we can batch this whole screen up to display different types of activities, maybe admin activity together, or urgent, important, urgent activities together, so that you focus on those, doing those first. And when you've done them, they will disappear from this list. They will go into the history of that particular client's record. So from this activity screen, we can plan our working day more efficiently. Okay, so creating new activities. So we can create different, look on the left-hand side here, we can create different types of activities. A standard one that you get with workbooks, of course, is a phone call. We want to set a reminder for us to call a client. So this is where we can, again, prioritize the call. We can set a target date for completion. We could also, we wanted to set a duration for this activity as well. Again, helping us plan and work on our time more efficiently. So think about that, the types of activities that you may want to track in your new CRM system, and using priorities. You can default to priority, but you may have you may set other different types of priorities in there. And then when you look at your activity list, when you see what you've got to do today, you can group together. Initially, of course, you might see all of your high priority activities. And then as the day goes through, you then go on to the low priority activities. So just an idea for you to help you manage your time more efficiently. And the other thing, managing time, think about delegation. Maybe you've got too much on your plate. Maybe this activity can be better handled by somebody else that can do it quicker, more efficiently than you. So you're working as a team. You're not working on your own. You're not working in a vacuum. So you can then schedule, create this activity for another user Alex. Alex will get this activity. Alex will know where it came from. Alex will have loads of notes relevant to the call as well. So Alex won't need to come back to you to ask, what's all this activity about? Everything is in one central place. So an easy way of delegating these activities as well. Okay, next way of trying to manage your time more efficiently, thinking about setting targets. You may have people in your company that have targets or goals, maybe a telemarketing person that's got to do 75 outbound phone calls per day, or a salesperson that's got to bring in £10,000 worth of margin every month. There may be targets that you've got in your company. So you can use reports and dashboards in workbooks to set up these targets and then have nice looking reports, nice looking dashboards. Here's a few examples here to see what is going on with these targets. So using a CRM system, we can measure these KPIs, and then we can then of course take action. So where we can measure things, we can manage situations more effectively and help us make the right decision. So for example, who are our best customers? Maybe we're tracking that by sales, because we can track sales in workbooks. Not many other CRM systems can. We can track sales. We can track potential sales. So we can concentrate on those. Maybe it's the sort of 80-20 type rules. So 20% of our clients are bringing in 80% of the business. Wouldn't it be a good idea to concentrate our efforts on those and be always vigilant in our mind with these dashboards coming up there to see what is going on there. So there are some nice looking dashboards in workbooks to help you see what's going on. Let me just see if I can display some more for you. So a number of different dashboard types that can be set up. Individual users can set up their own dashboards, but they're just basically simple charts or graphics or little lists, just really identifying what's going on there. We can also use workbooks for scoring things, for scoring a lead. So there's a concept of a lead in workbooks. I haven't shown that to you, but there's a way of scoring leads. So based on a little algorithm that you can put into workbooks. So how important is this client? What's the size of the client? What type of clients are they? What's the job title of the person? Have you got all the information about this new lead? So you can then rank with this scoring mechanism to help you then focus your time on those people that are going to produce the best results for you. So using these dashboards and reports, we can look back and see how we've done. We can look forwards and plan our time more efficiently. I've gone through delegation. We can schedule tasks for colleagues and then track their process on that. So using a CRM system, we're going to be better organized. If it's the right system for your business, if it's correctly set up, if everyone knows how to use it, and the screens are set up appropriate to the job role. I mentioned before, we can tweak these screens and deliver the right information for the job role. Everyone's going to be happy. They're going to want to use the system. They're going to be more efficient. They're going to be better organized. We have all the information in one system rather than your quotes in some system, your orders in another, and you waste time. How much time do you waste trying to find information? Wouldn't it be better if it's all in one central, easy to use system where we know we can find all the important information about our customers? So, I mean, another thing to think about is being cloud as well. Do you have colleagues that work from home, co-workers working in other locations? Well, maybe reduce on commute time by having them being able to, because this is online, they can access this wherever they are, whatever device they're on, they can access this. So not wasting time traveling as well. So another benefit of using an online CRM system. Okay, so that's just a quick run through of the basics of workbooks, what it looks like, and just a few tips there on how a CRM system could start to help you manage your time more efficiently. So a bit more on pricing. So you subscribe to workbooks. You pay on an annual basis to us based on the number of users you've got. And remember the two editions, CRM edition and business edition. So it starts from £252, excluding VAT, £252 per user per year. Now, there are some add-ons to consider. And when we start talking to you, or if we've been speaking to you already, we would have divulged, we would have established these different add-ons for Outlook integration. There's a nice mapping application. We mentioned the email marketing tools. That's another subscription you may want. Integration with, say, Sage 50 or whatever. They're all add-ons, so they're not too onerous. But the core cost is that subscription, 252 per user. Now, be realistic. How are you going to get this system set up? Why not partner with someone that does this every week, namely us? So we would love to assist you. As I say, there are people that do it totally on their own, and there's lots of resources available for you. And we're here on hand to support you if you get stuck. But I would say majority of our clients in the past have always got different levels of assistance from us, different help as regards, say, migrating data from an old system to the new system, or setting up PDF layouts for quotes or invoices, or integrating workbooks to other applications, which is a really powerful part of workbooks, that integration part, and training as well. You don't want to just leave your colleagues just to start using it and fumble their way around. There must be some kind of formal introduction to the new tool, and tweaking the training depending on their job role as well, and thinking about how and where should that training be. Should we pull these people off-site, bring them to our Bristol training centre so there's no distractions, and we can then have a concentrated half day or a full day or whatever the duration is, to make sure they fully understand the power of the tool that they've got. So so we will give you a quotation for everything you need once we understand those requirements. All right, so we're nearing the end of our call today, and as we normally do, open it out to any questions you may have. So let's just take a look at those. So question from Vernon: I saw it could do invoicing. Can it link to Xero? Yes, it can, Vernon, via a third-party tool called Zapier.com. Zapier is an online bit of glue, basically. It links one cloud system to another cloud system to link. So you could be creating an invoice in Xero, and that could trigger maybe an activity in Workbooks, or you create an order in Workbooks, and that can be transferred to an invoice in Xero. That sort of thing. That's what it does. So yes, we can link to Xero. Question from John: is the per user cost individual or simultaneous user? It's a named user, John. So like all cloud systems, it's a named user. It's not concurrent or simultaneous user. It's named users. So if you've got 5 people that want to use CRM, you have to have 5 subscriptions. That's the way a majority of these cloud systems work. Question from Raul. How easy is it to import data from our existing CRM system? Well, there's 2 sides to this. Obviously, there's the extraction of the data from your existing CRM system. So there must be some way of getting the data out of the CRM system and then importing it into Workbooks. There are extensive import features in Workbooks to bring that information in and mapping that information in. So yeah, it's a thing to get. It's easy, but it's a thing that you've got to get right. I mean, this is an important consideration in setting up any new systems. Where is your data right now? In other applications, in Outlook, in the company accounting system, in an older CRM system, in the warehouse system, on your website. So we need to, look at all that and duplicate data as well, and make sure that this clean data goes in. Question from Luke: how easy is it to transfer data from a non-cloud system to Workbooks, i.e. Goldmine? Similar to Raul's question, we've actually migrated many clients from different CRM systems. So there's again, it's just an exercise of discussing with you what data you want to extract, and where is that data going to go to in Workbooks? There'll be many more extensive options of where that data can go in Workbooks. The main difference between Goldmine and Workbooks, I showed you in the demo, is that we've got records for companies and then separate records, extensive records for people, whereas in Goldmine it's fairly flat and simple. It's a little bit more sophisticated, more interesting with Workbooks. So yeah, that's an important way of bringing the data over, Luke, is populating the organization records and then populating the people records, all the people in that company that you deal with. And you can then really go to town on tracking more information about people and or organizations with Workbooks, more so than other older CRM systems. Question from John: more expensive than Goldmine? Well, you've got to look at this. Is I would say that Workbooks is one of the lower cost systems, and well, for example, if you look at systems like Salesforce, it's about a third of the cost of Salesforce for typically doing the same thing. But with all these cloud systems, you've got to think about the other benefits that you've got. And with this cloud systems, I've tried to allude to this morning with the accessibility of it, the customizability of it, the ease of use of it. So looking at those benefits that you maybe can't put a cost to. And also some organizations can reduce their requirement on their IT infrastructure. So that big, expensive file server humming away in the corner of your office, maybe you don't need that anymore. If you go cloud, you don't need that. So you don't have to pay for these expensive IT upgrades. You don't have the distraction, the disruption of software upgrades, the disruption of having to do backups. All of this is done for you, and there's got to be a cost to that. So you need to look at the pros and cons with any new application, I would say, and don't just look at the subscription cost. Look at the other benefits that you're going to get, your organization going to get compared to an older system. And of course, with Goldmine, well, typically with Goldmine, you purchased that some years ago. Hopefully you've got payback on that. But with most systems now, they're cloud. And yeah, so there's going to be a subscription cost with anything. And we can discuss that more with you, John, in future. So don't think there's any more questions coming through. If any more late questions come through, I'll answer those separately via email. So thanks to the four of you for asking those questions. So just to wrap up this call, do you want a more detailed presentation or discussion? We'd love to do that with you. We haven't done that already. Just contact me or any of my team. My name again is Tim Wilmot, tim@wizard-systems.com. There's our website, there's our phone number. Think about the trial, the free trial. Go to workbooks.com or just contact us. We can set the trial up for you. And then as you're using that trial, you've got any questions, this is a full version. So you can really go to town with putting it through its paces and seeing if it's a good fit for you. But we're here on hand to assist you. If you get stuck or have a question, how do I do this in Workbooks? You know, I did this in my old system. How do I do it in Workbooks? Let us know. We can set up a little training session for you. So thanks very much for your time. Do appreciate that. We've gone slightly over the half hour, 3 calls now. So watch out for the email with a link to the recording. You can play that back and distribute that to your colleagues, and we'll most likely pop it on our YouTube channel as well. But thanks very much for your time, and hopefully speak to you soon about a new CRM system. Thank you. Bye-bye.